back in 12th grade. That I be killing with Dr. Dre. I never wanted to ever be over. I'm out of Philly, I thought it'd be colder. I might need a chauffeur. Check out my jiggy, check out my now who are you? I don't know what you do. I don't know you short a few. Oh, don't make me hit the love. No, hold up, pull my out the jaw, come on. Ooh, savage, that's a nice get up. International, rockin' Japanese denim.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes is won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at them with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. That one caught by Gibson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with him for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now Jackson on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw again is Jackson. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And room there to work it inside the 25. That 2nd down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Yeah, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw here. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now back to throw. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's fourth.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They drafted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving up.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
All right, here we go.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here's James. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
him. No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
Couldn't take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are in for 6. Rosas now to add the PAT. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this 1st half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease.
It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Elliott now to add the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Here's James. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Here's a give to Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril. Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
All right, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. The pitch goes to Barkley. And running with power here. 11 more on that one and another first down. This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that. They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half. Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one. And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Now let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch him now, Barney!
Now Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Elliott now to kick this one away. And New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
All right, now, look at 56.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And New York set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The toss out to Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Handoff to Barkley. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll look to throw here. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Lucky 56.
Now Jackson on second down. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. They'll try and run for the bell. And he'll take this one down near the 15. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Barkley, toss play left. Got some room at the 30. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
Right back to him on first down. Whoosh. Oh, and now he bowls him over. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Now let's go. Blue, line it.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants have got it back to a one-score game. Rosas to add the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will shave one more off this lead. Rosas now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. And the Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
From the gun, Jackson. He sets to fire deep. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. 319.
He'll get it up the middle. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you will too. You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3.
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll get this one up to the 26. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go! 3-19!
Again, it's Barkley. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
They'll drop the throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And now out come the Steelers. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league,
right,
you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're running right through it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. This quarterback now
5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll go to Barkley again. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. Wiggles free. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard! Leopard!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Barry on the punt as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Set! 319! 319!
They'll run with Barkley. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
A handoff. Barkley running left. Oh, fighting off the defender. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Gun! 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 Hurry up, here we go. 319!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now out come the Giants. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Green 39!
On the run, it's Barkley. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Running left, it's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. They'll go again with Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And the Steelers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll pitch it out to Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Steelers, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.